How much debt do you have?
1,200,000,000.
Does that ever make you nervous? Are you ever worried about defaulting on the debt?
Are you kidding me? It gets me sexually stimulated. Now, I'll tell you why, okay. You owe the bank $20 million and you can't pay it back. You got a problem. But you owe the bank $1 billion and you can't pay it back. Is there a problem?
How do they give you $1 billion?
Real estate.
So, but if you say that you owe me $1 billion, that's your problem. You know, what if the bank sees that you're saying that, or they they would be like, okay, well, maybe we should stop lending this guy money. Is that just the reality of the situation? And everyone at that level knows that if you default, it's not your problem, but it's the bank's?
Well, you have to learn. It's a process you learn. You know, like the reason I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad is they don't teach us anything about money. And so when I was a kid, Rich Dad taught me playing Monopoly. And he says, one of the first persons on your team is your banker. So this is in Hawaii, Waikiki.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go with him. I'm a kid, going. And he'd be talking to his banker. So his banker understood his strategies, how he was doing things, never lied to him, had his financials. The average American doesn't have financials. If you don't have financials, income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flow, which is what I wrote about in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, banker won't lend you any money. They'll give you a credit card. So you've got to play the game or speak the language of a banker. So as a young man, I sat there listening to Rich Dad talk to his banker, and then I go, holy mackerel. And his job was going to stretch him. And I said, look, I just need another $1 million. I said, $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And my old man, Poor Dad, they go, you can't even get a credit card. But you have to have a banker on your team. Mm-hmm. It's very, business is a team sport. My accountant, my attorney, my banker, they're on my team.
Why would you say your advice is so controversial? Why do people see it as something way out of the norm? Well,
when I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it came out in 1997. I created my cash flow board game,
mm-hmm.
and nobody would buy it. So being an entrepreneur, I said, I better do something pretty quickly here. So I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad in 97. And of course, they all turned me down. So you know what you're talking about? I said, your house is not an asset. Oh, I caught hell for that one. Then I said, savers are losers, and the rich don't work for money. So those three statements in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I was catching hell from everywhere from that. I remember I was living not too far from here, and I'm on the first time I'm on local TV, and I said, your house is not an asset. I got attacked by a bunch of these older women, should I say. Our house is an asset. Yours may not be. But if you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, asks us to define by cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
If cash is flowing into you, it's an asset. If cash is flowing out, it's a liability. It's called financial literacy. Can you read numbers? Can you speak the language of money? But there's no financial education, so that these older women, they said, how dare you say that? And they were friends of mine. How dare you say that house is not an asset? I said, ma'am, how much does this cost you a month? I don't care what you say. It's so ingrained, you have to buy a house. Look at most guys, the young sports stars. They get $1 million bonus. What do they buy first? The house. It's so programmed into you.
So how do you simply determine then what is good debt and what is bad debt?
Debt that makes you rich and debt that makes you poor.
Is there an interest rate, though, that you wouldn't pay? Like, if they offer you debt at 20%, would that just be too much?
I've taken debt.
You've taken debt at 20%?
It depends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Depends on how tough situation you're in. It's a game. I played Monopoly. 4 greenhouses, 1031, red hotel. Most people never get past the first house. They only have no houses. To get to the second house, you get, one house, you get $10. Second house, you get $20. Third house, you get $30. Fourth house, $40. Hotel, $60. Well, it's a quantum leap from 4 houses to that hotel. So I own hotels in town. I just play Monopoly. It's not that hard to do.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about you?
I'm a nice guy. No.
They think you're a nice guy and you're not?
I'm an you shut me.
Really?
Oh, God. I'm a U.S. Marine. Boy, you cross me, I on you. I'm with a cheap suit.
Well, you've been nothing but a nice person to us.
Well, because you guys are nice guys, too. But boy, there's respect. You guys are very respectful. You understand your subject. You're successful at what you do. I'm glad you brought that up because it's the last 2 Uber rides I had. I almost got into a fist fight with the driver.
Why?
They're lazy. This one Uber guy picks me up. He goes, "Hey, you write that book?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Da. He goes, "Did you read it?" He goes, "Nah, I don't have time. Tell me what I should do."
He said that?
He said, "Do you think I just get rich?" Yeah. I said, "Look, I study all the time. Do you study?" He goes, "No, I'm busy working." I said, "So you're a poor working class guy."
You should have them buy your audiobook, though. They could listen to it in the car.
Yeah, you could have made a few dollars if you just upsold them your book right then and there.
I don't have time for lazy people.
I'm curious.
I don't have time for lazy people. It's easier to be lazy than productive.
Although really quick, if you're looking to cut back on expenses without really changing your lifestyle, looking at your phone bill is one of the best places to start. Most people are still paying $60, $80, or even $100 or more for something they barely even think about. That's why we're excited to be partnering with today's sponsor, Helium Mobile, because they're doing phone service completely different.
I kid you not, Helium has a plan that is literally $0 per month. It gives you 3 gigabytes of data, 100 minutes of calls, and 300 texts, no contract, no credit card, and yes, it actually works. It's absolutely perfect if you're just a light user or you want a cheap second phone line. And with the Zero plan, you'll also earn cloud points, think like credit card or airline points, but literally just for using your phone.
You could redeem those cloud points for gift cards to places like Amazon, Apple, Target, Starbucks, and more, right from the Helium mobile app. It's one more way that Helium helps you save and earn at the exact same time.
They also just launched the Sprout plan made specifically for kids. For just $5 per month, your kid can get their own line, you monitor their usage, and you can even manage how they spend their rewards within the app.
And if you need more data, they've got the Air plan for just $15 a month for 10 gigabytes, or the Infinity plan at $30 a month for unlimited. Still way cheaper than other carriers.
So guys, we've left a link down below in the description to try Helium Mobile today. Just make sure to use the code COFFEE to get $10 in cloud points, which can be redeemed for gift cards to your favorite brands after 90 days. Once again, guys, there's a link down below in the description. Thank you so much to Helium Mobile for sponsoring this episode.